There's been a lot of hard work put in by a number of players in that first 45 minutes. Look what Shaqiri and Origi have had to do to keep Liverpool in the lead. And they do lead by a goal to nil, thanks to Origi's early goal.
6.5 kilometres.
6.5 kilometres for Milner. It is
too much.
That is the question, whether you can keep it up. Anyway, it's all going perfectly so far.
It is in terms of the score. Obviously, you know, we said Liverpool should score and not concede, which they did. It's been a battling performance. As you can see, Origi and Shaqiri are doing what's asked of them physically, as much as they're not able to do it as competently as obviously Firmino and Salah. But it's 1-0. We said not to concede. They could have conceded. But very similar to over in Barcelona when Liverpool had chances, they didn't score. Barcelona had a couple of chances. Unfortunately, they didn't put them away.
They look nervous.
Of course, the goal is a Jordi Alba mistake, but is what I call a forced mistake. He's totally correct, in my opinion. Liverpool put lots of bodies in the first third. They put lots of pressure in the Barcelona possession. They force players like, for example, Piqué, that always try to play nice and also try to recover the ball and pass it nicely. They force even Piqué to play lots of long balls. And this 1-0 in these first 7, 10, 12 minutes is the consequence of what Liverpool brought to the game, which I think their attitude was phenomenal. After that, of course, Barcelona, they have class, they know how to keep the ball, they know how to cool down the game, and they had possession and they move the ball well and they take the initiative out of Liverpool and they cool down the atmosphere of the game. But I think that in the beginning of the second half they are going to have the same high temperature, where Liverpool is going to try to have the same kind of start, are going to try to score the second goal, and then if the second goal happens, will be an earthquake in that stadium. I leave that in there. The atmosphere becomes almost impossible to cope with. But Barcelona has shown that they have also the quality to score a goal and kill it.
Nervous, didn't they, Barcelona at the beginning?
Nervously, you know, I think that any player who under pressure makes mistakes. So for that reason, and that is what Liverpool does well. And also they try to, and this is well, I read well, they had it back, good composure, good goalkeeper work, and I think that, and everybody was sitting, okay, let's see now what's going to happen now. Because I like Mane sussed it up, yeah, he sussed it out, and I think it was a great goal. Good goalkeeping again. He was already outstanding in the first match, but
yeah, bad mistake by Alba. He doesn't have to head it back there. He didn't. Mane read it well, but of course, good save, but followed up by Origi. So that gave Origi the confidence, because I think he's played really well. That goal gave him confidence to really show what he could do.
And then there was a let-off. Unbelievable.
We'll see the goal again. Just
yeah. It's a fantastic goal.
It's a good run by Henderson.
Yeah. He's been up and down.
Still composure there. You know, in that. You like that one, huh?
Yeah.
How many times you want to show me?
Yeah, I know you're going to see it again.
Yes, I know. I know.
It's
still the same goal.
It's still only 1-0.
It's still 1-0. But here was unbelievable. Alba, you know, I thought to myself, he could do it by himself.
No, it wasn't on this one.
Oh, no, it was not on this one?
From the first one.
Yeah.
But the one where Alba actually tried to pass to Messi. This one here, he's straight in on goal. I don't know why he's trying to pass it to Messi there. He just goes and finishes that.
But he thinks that Messi would always go, and that is a let-off here. Unbelievable. And the thing is, if they break, that is where danger comes all the time. Huh?
Yeah,
it's there all the time. So that is a danger. You have to be so careful for these moments.
Messi's had a couple of shots from outside the area which went just wide, but once again, they haven't necessarily worked the goalkeeper. And as long as it's 1-0, here's another mistake. And but as long as it's 1-0, anything can happen. But they have to resist the urge to do this and just leave themselves open. And if Messi had passed it he tried a shot there, but he could have passed it to the left. Liverpool have to say, yes, we don't have to score a second straight away in the second half, you know, but we have to make sure we don't concede.
Yeah.
This is still about
the danger is always there.
It's still about playing it in your head, this game, though, isn't it?
Look, you need to have the same energy in order to stop them playing, because there are moments where they keep the ball easy, and when they keep it, that's where the danger comes, because they're lurking you in. Then they play to Verstegen at the end, and then once somebody comes out to Verstegen, and then they pass it again, and that's where the danger comes from. It's when they keep on passing it for, let's say, 20 seconds, 30 seconds, that's where the danger comes, and you have to stop that as soon as possible.
But they've tried to do that,
and they do.
with Fabinho getting in.
Yes, but then they also have to make sure that they don't try and commit too many players forward to try and stop that, because what you see with Messi and Coutinho is that they're not necessarily coming back with the runners. Then if you lose the ball by committing players forward, on the counter-attack, that's where they can make you pay. So as much as, yes, they do have to score a second and try and win it, they can't commit too many players forward, because Barcelona and counter-attacks still look dangerous.
And that all depends on the defense. Not the defense to defend, but you have to go forward. You know, so you have to keep the team as short as possible. So with a lot of space behind you, you have to do that in order. And that's what they did all the time on Suarez, on Messi. They kept on close to them. And I think that Suarez was a little bit frustrated by that. He doesn't like that.
Don't go anywhere. There is 45 minutes to go of this fascinating encounter.
Here at Anfield, it's 1-0 to Liverpool, a scoreline they would have been very satisfied with at the start of this game.
Listen, Klopp will be delighted, I'm sure. I mean, to go in 1-0 at half-time, the way they started this game, they put this Barcelona team, who are full of experienced players, under immense pressure, the way they pressed from the start and the way they took the opportunity here. I mean, the anticipation from Mane there was first class, and then from them, the keeper does fantastically well. But Origi, we said he scores big goals before the game, and today's come up with another one.
Yeah, I mean, Liverpool have been very good. You know, we know Barcelona are going to create chances with the players they've got, but this was the start probably Liverpool needed. You know, good movement. Mane, you know, Rio was saying his anticipation was great. Henderson running into the box, which is what you want your attacking midfield to do. And obviously your forward, you want your forward to be there for any rebounds, and that's what really is there for.
We thought Liverpool might score goals. The problem was always perhaps going to be keeping Barcelona out at the other end, and they've had their chances too.
They have, and I think half-time's come at a good time for Liverpool. You know, get 1-0 up and then come back in and sort of regroup, re-energise as well, because just coming into the game. Towards the second part of that half. Alisson has saved them once or twice. There's been some last tackles. Messi's broken free a few times. It's been heart and mouth stuff. They've not had any gilt-edged chances, let's say. All sort of half chances, and thankfully they haven't scored just yet. But as I say, I think Liverpool would be delighted to get in at half-time and just sort of regroup again.
That last one from Messi, what a pass through the eye of the needle. Beautiful pass.
And as you see those things. Had a little bit of Suarez petulance.
Yeah, listen, no game ever goes by without Suarez being involved in some way, shape or form.
Turn the crowd against him if they were ever for him.
I thought he was against him. Look, and this one is typical of Suarez, and we've just highlighted there, and we'll see it from this angle. He kicks out not once but twice, you know, and Robertson obviously goes down. I don't know whether he's got a dead leg because of that, but you see him going over there. That's maybe the respect he was talking about before the game. but he is that type of player.
That's a continuation in it from the first leg. I was in the tunnel at half-time during the first leg, and he said nothing as he walked up about halfway up the stairs, and just as he got to the top, he started screaming at Robertson as well. So he had a chance early on, just waited until he got to the top. But so that's been rumbling for a while, and obviously continued today.
OK, well, I can tell you that when they played Roma in the quarter-finals last season, Barcelona trailed 1-0 at half-time through a 6-minute goal. Liverpool scored in the 7th minute. Can history repeat itself?
And I think we've all got our ideas about Mr Suarez, but from a refereeing point of view, the referee, if he does see it, or even if the VAR sees it, it's part of Suarez's action in terms of running and would not have constituted violent conduct. So I think he got away with that one.
Yeah, OK. What about the penalty decision that didn't go Liverpool's way with Sadio Mane in the